Are you a Harry Potter fan that's been looking for something else? It feels like you've seen the movies 100 times and you just want to change a pace. Try Fantastic Beasts! It's a series of movies that aren't quite as good but will definitely hold you over until your next Harry Potter marathon. Fantastic Beasts can help calm your anxiety, stress, and you might just make some friends along the way.
Do not watch Fantastic Beasts if you're overly critical. Side effects can include wand waving, giggling, and smiling.
Thanks, Fantastic Beasts.
You're welcome, Danny.
Jones Vibes.
What's up, YouTube Muggles? My name is Danny Jones, and welcome to Jones Vibes. First and foremost, thank you so much for clicking on this video, and if you enjoy it, please go ahead and hit that like button, and then go ahead and click subscribe as well as hit that notification bell. That'll keep you up to date when I make more content. And this week we're talking about Fantastic Beasts, The Secrets of Dumbledore. And before I really dive in, I do want to say that I might be talking about a few spoilers. So if you're worried about that, stop watching right now. And if you've seen the movie, like me, get your wands at the ready because this is Fantastic Beasts. And to be honest, I haven't really given this franchise the love or time that it maybe deserves. I'm a really big Harry Potter fan. I've read the books as well as seen the movies probably once or twice a year since they've each come out. I've seen them a lot, but I've only seen these maybe 2 or 3 times each. The feel is just different, but that doesn't mean that it can't be appreciated. And this new one definitely got me into the vibe. The beasts are pretty fantastic. It's still not on a Harry Potter level. None of them really come close, but it still is nice to be back in this world. And I mean, honestly, at this point, I'll just take anything. I mean, the owl still has not come. I know I'm getting older, but I really thought I'd be going to Hogwarts. I mean, hell, at this point, I'll just go kick it with the house elves. Like, I don't care. But this movie does take us back to that magical place. So let's dive in because apparently Dumbledore has some secrets. And to start, I do want to say that I really enjoy Jude Law as Albus Dumbledore. I mean, nobody will ever really touch Richard Harris for me. He just had that sweet charm to him. Gryffindor has won the House Cup. Kind of like that, but Jude does play the younger version really well. I also wonder if he's the one that the Beatles wrote that song about. But that also goes for most of this cast. I mean, Eddie Redmayne is back as Newt Scamander, and as these movies have gone on, his character has grown on me quite a bit. He's really not your typical protagonist, and I think that's what I like about him. He's just this genius magizoologist that just always seems to be in the wrong place at the right time. And in this movie, kind of like the last, he's accompanied by his brother Theseus, played by Callum Turner, who is the head of the British Horror Office. And that's pretty tight. Dan Fogler is back playing Jacob Kowalski, the no-maj baker friend who kind of started off as comic relief, but now he's a pretty integral piece in all this. And just like Newt, his character has really grown on me over time. But he also has his love interest, Queenie, played by Alison Sudol. And in this movie, she's kind of on the other side of things, which brings me to those characters. We have Gellert Grindelwald, played by Mads Mikkelsen. And then returning as Credence, we have Ezra Miller. And look, there is a bit of drama surrounding some of the actors in this franchise. It even led to the replacing of Johnny Depp by Mads Mikkelsen in this film. And then there's some other stuff regarding Ezra Miller, and as for all that, I kind of just want to keep it out of this. Actors do have personal lives, and yes, sometimes that can affect the view of some people, but in this case, and honestly in a lot of cases for me, I'm just trying to go and look at the performance as well as the character and just have a great time. You know, in the first 2 films, I enjoyed Johnny Depp as Grindelwald, but I was excited to see what Mads Mikkelsen would bring to the role, and he did great. I mean, it's basically just an origin story for Le Chiffre, but I guess we'll just roll with it. But seriously, it was a bit of an adjustment getting used to him, but I'm not mads about it. And Ezra has practically mastered Credence at this point. It's a very dark and tragic character, and just like the last 2 films, I was into it. But yeah, and then the other main characters kind of round out with Lally Hicks, played by Jessica Williams, who is this awesome charms teacher at Hogwarts. And then returning is the French wizard Yusuf Kama, played by William Nadilam. I hope I'm saying that right. And then of course we have Bunty, played by Victoria Yeats, Newt's longtime assistant. But as for the plot, I would say it's pretty chillin'. No, but it's actually mainly about this magical creature called a Chillin. And this creature can kind of see through you and tell if your soul is pure. And so back in the day, they used to use this creature to elect the leader of the magic world, which seems like a pretty flawed system, if I'm being honest. And this is basically Grindelwald's intent. Or is it Grindelwald or Grindelwald? I don't know. It could be Griswold. I don't know. But his followers, led by Credence, kill a mama Chillin and take one of its babies. But they actually didn't know that there was another baby. And so Newt takes off with that one and keeps it safe. But Grindelwald ends up taking the other baby Chillin and sacrificing it, which was heartbreaking. Like, not cool, bro. And then after that, he takes a hot tub and brings it back to life as a little zombie Chillin. Basically, his plan is to use this possessed version and trick everybody into thinking that he is now the magical leader. And he has the German Minister of Magic, Anton Vogel, on his side, who somehow drops all of his charges and then gets him into the running for this election. But in between all this, we expand on Albus and Gellert's relationship when they were younger. They were in love, and they have this blood pact, but it doesn't allow them to kill each other or even fight, I think. And we also find out that when they were younger, during a fight, Albus accidentally shot a spell that hit his sister and killed her. And I'm not actually sure what type of spell this was. If anybody knows, please let me know down in the comments. Because if it was the killing curse, that's probably not good. But stuck in the middle of all this is Dumbledore's brother, Aberforth, who it turns out is Credence's dad. But this whole time, Credence has been thinking that he is a Dumbledore, but maybe he's their brother or something. And him and Albus have this crazy fight. It was honestly really dope. But Albus ends up kind of turning him to the light side. And then in the end, him and his dad reunite, and it was kind of this special little moment. But yeah, the final set piece of this thing is held in Bhutan, where they're holding this election thing that Grindelwald wins, but his plan is pretty quickly foiled. Dumbledore and team have to smuggle in all of these different briefcases, and so the bad guys kind of have to guess, is it cake? Just kidding. The Chillin is actually in one of them. And so they end up revealing it in front of the whole magical world, and it picks the new leader. And so that mixed with a pretty awesome and intense final battle between Dumbledore and Grindelwald make for a pretty fun third act. Definitely better than the second one. Like, that final battle, it reminded me a bit of Dumbledore versus Voldemort. Like, it was pretty cool. And then that blood pact, that breaks, and so they can now kill each other. So we'll see, because Grindelwald, he gets away, and so we're kind of left hanging there. And then the movie ends with this sweet little wedding scene between Queenie and Jacob. Tina, who I was like, yo, where is the other main character of this series? But she finally shows up at the end, and her and Newt kind of have this sweet and emotional little scene. And then Albus, Dumbledore, he's sitting across the street, and he sees this sort of family that he's formed. And they're all just coming together and enjoying themselves after this crazy adventure. And I mean, like I said, it's not Harry Potter. I think what's missing the most for me is the stakes. They say that they saved the world at the end, and I was like, oh, no way. I guess I didn't really realize how serious this was. I don't know, but I will say that it's the best installment so far. It has heart. It definitely has humor. There's that little swivel scene that we all saw in the trailers, and I didn't think I was gonna laugh as hard as I did at that scene. As well as I was laughing so hard at the scene with Newt's little Niffler, and he's flying through the air, and it looks like he's gonna save Pickett, but he instead just reaches past and grabs, the treasure. That was so funny, and I will say that the beasts or animals or whatever you want to call them, I love them. They are just adorable. I've grown to really, really love that little Pickett guy and Niffler, as well as that little Chillin. Just adorable. And I think that there is a certain charm to these films. I mean, David Yates is a solid director. The screenplay was written by J.K. Rowling and Steve Kloves, and so there is a lot of passion involved. I'm just having a hard time identifying what the through line is here, the overarching story. I know that Grindelwald's the bad guy, but in Harry Potter it's so cut and dry. It's just Harry and Voldemort. And also, I'm kind of hoping that after this franchise, we can maybe move forward into different territory. Come up with a new type of story. Maybe it's set in modern day, and we have a new main character, and there's whispers that there's a a new evil that's been growing. I don't know, it could be fun. And they've said that this could be a trilogy, or there might be some more. I think that it needs like 1 or 2 more movies just to really maybe flesh some things out. And if they make more of them, I will definitely be there. It just feels great to be back in the wizarding world. So yeah, I think that about wraps up my thoughts. And honestly, I just want to know what you thought about it. I know that there are a lot of Harry Potter fans out there, and I'm pretty sure this has a big audience as well. So are you a fan of these movies? Did you like the first 2? What did you think about this one, as well as what would you like to see in the future? I know there's a new video game, Hogwarts Legacy, coming out, and so I'm excited for that, but would you like to see like streaming series? I don't know, that just kind of gets me excited just thinking about all the possibilities. But also, if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and hit that like button for me. That helps me get seen by more people just like you, as well as hit that subscribe button. I would love it if you joined this Jones Vibes community. I'm also on Twitter and Instagram at Jones Vibes Only, so feel free to start a dialogue there. And yeah, that is Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. As always, I hope you all are safe, happy, and healthy, and I will see you next time.
Jones Vibes.